name is Austin Retzloff, a film critic for Film Book. Today you will be watching and listening to my Coming to America review. Coming to America is directed by Craig Brewer. It stars Eddie Murphy, Jermaine Fowler, and Arsenio Hall, among others. And it was written by Eddie Murphy and Barry W. Blaustein. I'll just get this review started off by saying that I have not seen the first Coming to America movie, but I was very entertained by this one. There are a lot of things to like about it. I think there's some things that one could question about this movie and how it was made, but I'll get to that. So I don't know that much about the making of the movie, but I do understand that the movie was financed by Amazon, their movie studio arm or whatever, and it's definitely a big scale, big budget sort of movie, and they leaned into that with special effects and so on. I think it was admirable that, kind of in the vein of Black Panther and some of these other movies, that Hollywood is hiring more black actors and black writers and black talent in general, and sort of trying to make stories that foreground that as a concept. And I understand that probably Eddie Murphy had a role in getting this project off the ground, and he probably wanted to create work for people. And so, in that sense, I understand his decision to partner with a big entity like Amazon. I mean, who really knows how these deals go down at the end of the day? But I personally have qualms with him partnering with Amazon, or with the movie being made under the auspices of Amazon at all. I think it's relatively well understood that Amazon is, guilty of all these problematic practices as far as their labor force. And I guess I would imagine someone who's been in the movie industry long enough, probably as Eddie Murphy and some of these characters have been, they probably know all sorts of dirt about what all the other studios do and what they're guilty of, and so on and so forth. And so maybe there's not really that much reason to differentiate Amazon from any other big entity that finances content of this kind. But I thought it was a little bit of a questionable decision, and it definitely made me enjoy the movie less, knowing that Amazon was making it and profiting off of the movie and so on and so forth. But with that out of the way, I think this movie was really good on a lot of levels. It had a lot of heart. There was a genuine story at hand. It wasn't all just ridiculous. At the same time, it was definitely ridiculous and funny enough to be entertaining throughout, without playing too much on stereotypes or kind of problematic things, in my opinion. So essentially, the basic concept of the movie is Eddie Murphy plays the king of this fictional African nation called Zamunda, and they have their way of doing things, and he has all these daughters who are really great, and they really understand all the ins and outs of the kingdom that he runs. But because of a law, none of his daughters can be king, or none of his daughters can be queen or assume the throne. So then he finds out that he had a son who lives in Queens, New York, and lives sort of a more contemporary American life, and has no conception of being royalty. He sort of works odd jobs or whatever. So Eddie Murphy travels to Queens, New York, to try and convince his son to come to Zamunda, and then there's all these misunderstandings. So it's basically kind of like, so plot wise, it's not the most original. It's kind of just a mashup of the whole notion in Aladdin of, oh, my daughter, can't do something because of this law, but then, as the king, he'll end up undoing the law at the end of the day. Spoiler alert. And then it's sort of it mashes up that kind of thing with the whole sort of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade sort of angle of, what's a quick, easy idea for a sequel? We'll just introduce a family member that wasn't part of the earlier stories and have them play off of the main character, and that'll be amusing. So you kind of have that, and you have all of this like elaborate set design, courtesy of Amazon, of course. You have all of this music and a lot of cameos and appearances from a pretty wide array of celebrities. Colin Jost plays this like pretty amusingly inept and racist like boss at a job that Eddie Murphy's character's son is applying for, so on and so forth. So It's like I said, it's definitely an entertaining movie. The cast has some genuine chemistry, and they play off of each other in a funny way and deliver the basic content of the plot and the story in an engaging way. It looks like they mostly had fun making it. Um, yeah, I mean, I think there's not really too much to dislike here, and it's definitely entertaining. And I'd say it's even like a worthwhile movie on some level. I might give it as between like a 6 and an 8 out of 10. I think it just really did not take a lot of risks, which is understandable for a super big budget movie, but and especially one of this kind where they're reviving something that they're making a sequel of something that is like 30 years old or whatever at this point. Um, I get it; they probably wanted to kind of play it a little bit middle of the road, but I thought that wasn't as exciting as it could have been. I think they could have taken a few more risks and made it more than just like a silly movie, because the basic like archetype or template of the movie is basically just another 80s or 90s kind of like comedy, family comedy, and there's really nothing that surprises you as far as what happens or how the characters respond to the various challenges or really anything that happens in the movie. And in a lot of ways it sort of feels like kind of a victory lap for Eddie Murphy, and a, a bit nostalgic at times. Like they do a lot of flashbacks to things that happened in the first movie. So, I think that, is this a artistically risk-taking, intriguing movie? No, but it's definitely entertaining, and it'll keep you satisfied for a little while. So anyway, that brings me to the conclusion of my Coming to America review. I'd like to thank you for watching my Coming to America reaction. You can find more reviews like this on Filmbook. That's film-book.com. Just search for my name and you'll see my reviews. You can also find more of my movie reviews on my YouTube channel, which is called Austin Retzloff. You'll find that link in the description below. If you liked what you heard during my film review, please like this video, subscribe to the Filmbook channel, and click the bell icon so you're instantly notified when new reviews are published. If you agreed or disagreed with my review, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and please also consider becoming one of our patrons on Patreon, link in the description. Your support helps us create more engaging content. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.